In this video we'll see how to create the gesture recognition software for the device we created in the first part of the tutorial. If you haven't already, you should definitely check out that video as well. We will make the device capable of recognizing the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. You are free to expand it as much as you want, but consider it may take a while, because increasing the number of gestures means increasing the amount of data required to train the model. So let's start with the creation of the software. To make our lives easier, we will use Pygirl, a Python library I built that makes gesture recognition much easier. If you want to check out the GitHub page, the link is in the description. To install the library, we will use pip. So open a terminal and type pip install Pygirl. A quick note for Windows users. Pygirl uses NumPy and Scikit-learn to work, and the easiest way to install them on Windows is using Anaconda. The link is in the video description. I recommend using it if you're using Windows. Connect the Arduino device to the computer and run python -m pygirl plist. After a while, it should display all the computer serial ports. If you don't see your Arduino, try to disconnect and reconnect the USB cable and check out if the Arduino IDE can detect it correctly. Another note, if you are not using Windows, or you are using Windows and you added the Python script path to the environment variables, you can just type Pygirl instead of python -m Pygirl. Take note of the Arduino serial port because we will need it later. To make sure the device is working properly, type python -m Pygirl sprint -p and then your serial port. Then by clicking the button on the device, you should see some output coming. At this point, we are ready to record some movements for the dataset. Create an empty directory that will hold the samples and type the command python -m Pygirl record -p your serial port -d with the path to your directory -g and then all the gesture you want to recognize separated by a comma, so in this case 1, 2, 3, 4 without spaces, -a 6. That means that Pygirl expects a 6-axis input from the device. -m discrete. That means that each gesture is separated using the device button. You should see something like this. The thing you have to look for when recording gestures is next gesture and then the name of the gesture. So if you see next gesture 2, that means that you should perform the movement associated with the gesture 2. Repeat this process until you have like 30 samples for each gesture. I know it's boring, but that's the only way. Please note that if you find the gesture keyboard not precise enough, you may need to record a few more samples. We are ready to train the model. To do so, type this command python -m Pygirl train -d and then the path to the folder you saved all the samples -c SVM. That means that Pygirl should use an SVM algorithm to create the model and then the output file for the model. At the end of the training, you should see the confusion matrix and the score of the model. Those values can be very helpful to understand how well your model is doing. At this point, we are ready for the gesture keyboard program. Check out the GitHub link in the video description and copy the code. Let's go through it step by step. At the beginning of the file, you can see all the imports related to Pygirl. Then module path is of course the path to the model we trained earlier. Port is the serial port name to which the Arduino is connected to. Then we can see a function, receive character. That is the function that will handle recognized gesture. So in this case, number will hold the recognized gesture. Then we can see a serial data reader that is used to read the data from a serial port. Then the discrete sample manager that divides each sample based on the pressure of the button on the device. Then we can see the support vector machine classifier and we pass to it the path to the model. Of course, then we load the model and print all the info associated with it. Then we connect it to the pipeline and then we create a callback manager that will call the appropriate function when a gesture is recognized. We have to bind all the gestures to a specific function. Then we open the serial port and start the main loop that continuously reads the serial port. We are now ready to run the script. So type python gesture keyboard.py. Now press the button on the device and perform a movement. You should see the correct number appearing. The best thing about this system is that you can create lots of different gestures and then bind them to different callback functions to perform different actions based on the received gesture. Alright, that's all for this tutorial. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel to see all the upcoming projects, and thanks for watching.